Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I think one of the best things that you can do on a first date is take a girl that you don't even know down a remote road where nobody's at.
No.
And it's just you two together.
No.
That's the most romantic thing that I can think of.
If you want to get maced, maybe.
That's what Kenny did on his first date.
What?
Yeah. So you guys say that now. You say, oh, that sounds super creepy, but that's what he did. He took her hiking.
That's not the same
Exactly.
thing.
Yes, it is. It is
No,
the
it is
exact
not.
same. It really is.
I never thought of it like that.
That's what Kenny decided to do on his first date with the girl that he wants us to call today. I don't think it was as creepy as I made it sound.
Yeah.
Unless you want to correct me on that, Kenny.
No, I mean, it was definitely not that creepy.
Okay. Just checking. I don't know. You said you took her hiking in your email, so that's all I thought about. Maybe I'm the problem here, Kenny.
Really?
So
Maybe.
tell us a little bit about the girl that you want us to call today. We know you took her hiking. We'll get into that in a second, but where'd you meet her?
I met her out at a bar. We have some mutual friends, and all I heard was that she was recently single, and I was interested, and I asked her out.
Was it like a setup thing where your friends were like, hey, this girl, she's single, come to the bar, she's there too?
No, not really. I mean, we all just happened to be in the same place at the same time, and I just found out she was single. So,
Okay.
And that's when you said, hey, do you want to come down a dark road with me tomorrow?
Yeah, that's not exactly how I said it, but yeah, I did ask her to go hiking.
Okay. And why hiking? I think that's a fine first date. I think a lot of people would like that, but why choose hiking instead of meeting up for coffee or food or
I
whatever?
love the outdoors. I love living up here, and I just think it's a great first date activity. I mean, one that's like you relieve stress, you kind of relax. Two, you're definitely in beautiful nature. And for me, the other thing is it's free.
That's another very good
Bonus.
point. Yeah, it is free.
Kenny, do you know, is she an outdoorsy person too? Because I know girls sometimes love it or hate it.
She was into it. I mean, she was certainly keeping up with me on the trail. She didn't complain.
Yeah.
Nice.
See, that's the
And
best
I-
part when you're in better shape and you get like ahead of them and you're just like, hurry up! Come on! Is this your first time? That's always fun to do too,
Yeah, if they're lagging behind, I normally get, a little concerned. But she was keeping up.
Okay. And I hike quite a bit. There's a lot of time for conversation or lack thereof. Was it easy to talk to her?
It was. I mean, I thought she was really funny, and I've been on a lot of dates where you just go out and have drinks, and I don't know. I never really know what's really happening or what's the liquor talking or whatever. And up there, it's just like you're away from it all.
Yeah.
And she was funny and had a great time, I thought.
So she's obviously not calling you back. Did anything happen on the hike at all? Was there any awkward moments?
Not that I had noticed. The only awkward moment I noticed was afterwards. We went down and we went over to this grocery store to get some water, and we were just kind of hanging around. And I was like, you know what? I'm a pretty good chef. I like to cook a lot. And I was like, now that the hike went well, maybe I'll make her dinner or something. So I said, hey, can I cook you dinner tonight? Thinking
Nice.
we'd still go out. It's a Saturday.
Right.
And she just sort of responded with, no, I have to get up early. I'm like, well, do you work tomorrow? She goes, no, I just have to get up early. I'm like, well, tomorrow's Sunday. Okay. Really bummed me out.
Did she seem upset about something?
No, I mean, if anything, she's like, we'll do it some other night. And I was
Okay.
like, great. I mean, we didn't make any specific plans, but I don't know. It just seemed weird, and
Yeah.
that's why I called you guys.
Especially if you felt like you had a good time and for her to just be like, no, I got to get up early in the morning on a Sunday.
No excuse.
And no excuse, like nothing good to say about like, yeah, I have to get up early for church or I have to get up early for anything. I mean,
And there's not a woman that I know that would say no to a man cooking them dinner.
Yeah.
It's a very rare offer.
Right? I mean, I know. I'm like, that's my thing, I'm a good cook. She just wasn't into it, or I thought. I'm not really sure what she was thinking.
how many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your date?
I texted her Sunday, kind of like had a great time. I called her Sunday, told her I had a great time. Let me know when we can get together again. No response. And then I texted her on Tuesday,
Okay.
and that was a while ago.
And how
so-
long ago was your date?
It was a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. All right, so that's a long time to not hear anything from her.
Yeah.
All right, man, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Kenny, are you about ready to give Alexa a call and find out why you're not getting a call back for a second date?
Let's do it.
All right, if you're just tuning in, Kenny took Alexa on a hike. After the hike, they were at the grocery store to get some water and stuff, and he said, hey, why don't I make you dinner tonight? And she said, no, I have to get up early. And he hasn't heard from her since, so he's wondering what went wrong on their date. And Kenny, I didn't ask you, at any point during your date, did you show her your junk.
No, didn't happen.
Hey, you're on a hike, and that's kind of, standard operation for me when I'm on a hike. I know that. Last time I was on a hike, I got junk thrown at me left and right just from random people out there. So, But I'm just making sure because actually that seems to happen a lot in second date updates. We call and they're like, oh, yeah, they decided to show me a picture on their phone. You never did that move at any point.
No, didn't pull that one.
Okay.
Not even like peed on a tree or anything when you're out there.
No.
Nothing?
All right.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial the phone number, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go, man.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Alexa, please?
this is?
Alexa, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. What's going on, Alexa?
Okay.
All right. The reason why I'm calling you, Alexa, is because one of our listeners emailed us about you. His name is Kenny, and you guys recently went on a date.
And he emailed you about it?
Yes, he did. Because he wants to know why you're not calling him back. He would love to see you again, and says that at the end of your date, you even said, like, hey, maybe we'll go out another time, and he hasn't heard anything from you. So Kenny emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and ask you if he did something wrong.
That is incredibly weird.
I know. I understand this is like a weird phone call to get, but would you
Yeah.
mind telling us if you enjoyed going out with Kenny?
Well, I guess since you're already calling, I mean, we went on a hike, and the hike was fine. We were getting along, but the end of the date got really weird, and so I haven't called him.
It got really weird.
Okay.
Because when we talked to Kenny about your date, he didn't mention anything weird happening.
No. He had a great
You
time.
talked to him on the phone?
Mm-hmm. We did. He said that everything seemed normal.
This is a first in my dating life, I gotta say. This is
Well, what happened that was so weird?
Well, I mean, it wasn't so much weird as it was humiliating.
Whoa.
He humiliated you?
Oh, no.
What did he do that was humiliating?
We, got our bottles of water, and we were walking out of the store, and we, walked past the pharmacy area, and he saw this acne medicine, and he pulls me over by it. He's like, oh, you should really try this. It's really good, and it could really help you.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
Do you have
Wow. What did you say when he said that to you?
I think, all the blood drained from my face, and then all of the blood came to my face, and I was, blushing, beet red, absolutely mortified. I mean, it was the most humiliating experience since middle school. It was.
Yeah.
Do you think he realized what he said to you?
I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't care either. I'd be like, hey, you're an a-hole.
I mean, I could not believe that happened in real life.
And it was.
And then he's like, "Oh, do you want to come over? I'll make you dinner."
You're like, why? So you can make me dinner and then let me try some more of your acne products?
Yeah, tell me what else I can fix about myself, ass.
Jeez.
Was there?
right.
I mean, was there any time during the hike that maybe you guys I don't know, somehow got on the subject of how hard it is to have acne or something?
No,
Oh God.
first date material. No.
So you're just walking along and he stops and goes, hey, try this acne medication. It might work for you.
It might help you. It could really help you. Is what he said.
It's messed up.
What the? And then apparently he calls the radio station.
Yeah. If he's not that aware to know that that's something wrong to say to somebody, I can imagine being at your house cooking hey, I'm not using butter in this.
Right.
Just so the complexion thing, you know?
Weigh me when I come to your house. What?
Jeez.
What?
What would you say to him if you could say one thing to him?
Off.
Okay.
Oh, that's direct.
Alexa, would you like to say that to him? Because he's actually on the phone listening.
I'm so horrified right now.
You should be. You should be. You should be absolutely mortified, just like I was.
In all honesty, can I just tell you I was trying to help you out, if anything?
I don't need your help. I don't need your help.
Kenny, you're digging your ditch even more right now.
Seriously.
My skin is crawling that, like, I actually spent time with you, and you think you need to help me. Like,
I just figured, like, it's like a grooming tip, if anything, you know? I don't know why everyone is, like, laughing and so horrified. I mean, I was in the situation with her, and I saw the problem, and I was just trying to help. Like, to me, it was a positive move.
oh my
No
God.
intention of making this an insult.
That's not the kind of help that anybody really wants or needs.
Do you have any read on, like, other people's emotions, Kenny? Maybe you're just bad.
Seriously. You think I don't know what my face looks like? Like, yes, I had a breakout. Like, I'm PMSing. Like, it happened. Like, you think I need you to tell me that? You're going to fix me?
Look, I mean, I didn't mean any harm by it. I was just trying to help you out, you know? I mean, I certainly was
You can shove your help up your
Kenny, I don't think anybody wants to have somebody recommend a skin cream to them to help them with whatever acne problems they're having at that moment.
Only
no
their
matter
dermatologist.
What. Yeah, even my mom would do that, and I'd be like, hey, you're a you know what I mean?
Get out of here.
I mean, look, I guess I just wasn't thinking very clearly, and I shouldn't have said anything, and I feel like an idiot right now, and
Good.
I don't know. My buddies and I, we, like, take care of our skin, we moisturize and all that. We
Yeah, your buddies and you don't have
We're sort of in
PMS.
that vein, and I just was trying to, like, help, and I don't know, maybe I
Oh my
went too
God.
far.
Like,
and
can
if
we
I messed
end
it
this?
up, I
Because I'm
understand.
so revolted right now.
I mean, look, it's not about whatever physical things. Like, if I didn't think you were attractive, I wouldn't have called and tried to go on a second date with you.
Good point.
Oh my God, I'm so thrilled you think I'm attractive.
Yeah. He was able to look past the horrible acne, Alexa, and still want to go out on a
I'm not a
second date.
disfigured monster. Thank God.
All right, well, I've got to ask the question. Alexa, would you like to go out on a second date with Kenny?
No.
Kenny,
It's our first date, and he's already trying to find things to fix about me. Why the would I waste time on a second one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very good point.
All right, I got it.
okay, Kenny, you know what? So you understand what you did wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
To tell you the truth, I'm a little surprised and shocked that if you make, like, one mistake on a date, then it's like someone can be so judgmental and just blow me off.
Oh my God.
You're still doing it, Kenny.
Yeah.
You're calling me judgmental.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
I can't believe this is reality right now.
All right, Kenny, well, better luck next time when you're out there in the world dating, okay?
Yep. Thanks, guys.
I think we all learned one very important lesson today, and that's don't ever take girls hiking, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Worst dating idea ever.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Second date update.
You know, Halloween is a time for costumes,
Yes.
for candy,
Okay.
and for love.
Is it?
There's just something about it that brings couples together.
I always thought of it more of as a hookup holiday, but that's just my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. It's the only time of year you'll ever see Tinkerbell going to second base with a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
That's
Get
the
it, Tinkerbell.
romantic power of Halloween. Yeah! And one of our listeners got caught up in the spark of Halloween. Her name's Melissa, and in her email, it's kind of interesting, she said she never actually went on a date with this person.
Okay.
Now, Melissa, we want to help you, but you got to tell us a little bit more about the situation. What's this guy's name?
Well, his name is Carl, and
Okay.
I felt a little weird about reaching out to you guys because it's not necessarily a second date update. It's more of, I guess you would say, like a misconnection.
Okay. So where did you...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from Craigslist, but I'm glad you're not there. I'm glad you're with us instead.
Right.
Where did you meet Carl?
I met him at a pumpkin patch, actually,
Okay.
with my nephew.
That's a romantic spot. Wait, what? Your nephew?
With her nephew.
Oh, with her now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did not hear that.
Attention.
Okay. So I was trying to say pumpkin patch is a romantic place to
He
go.
really was dressed like a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Wait, so how does Carl come in?
Well, it was kind of weird because I wasn't originally going to go to the pumpkin patch. I had a really busy day, but my nephew kept bugging me. He really, really wanted to go. So I decided right before the pumpkin patch closed that I would take him.
Dude, that's a perfect time to go to. Because then you're like, oh, sorry, we have to go. They're closing 10 minutes. Can't stay any longer.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, let's get this over with really quickly.
Or you just drive out to a field anywhere and be like, oh, they're all out of pumpkins. Sorry, let's go home.
Auntie, this looks like wheat.
Yeah. Okay, so how did this go?
It went really good. I like going late because there's less people the later you go. And when we first got there, it was kind of empty. There wasn't that many people there. But you know kids, they're so picky and they take forever. And he just wanted the absolute perfect pumpkin. He wanted to go through the whole patch. So we're almost at the end of it at this point, and he still can't decide. He's complaining, this one isn't big enough. This one is a weird shape. This one's too green.
Annoying.
Wow.
And you're like, oh my God, this is just like how I talk about my dating life.
Yeah.
Typically, to be honest.
Yeah.
So where does Carl come into the picture?
Yeah, but Carl came in to save the day. He was really good with my nephew, and he just thought it was so funny. And he kind of at first thought he was my son, and I was like, no, he's not mine.
So is Carl like another customer at the pumpkin patch?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
No, he actually is a farmer, and he's like the typical looking farmer, you know.
Okay.
I don't know, he kind of reminded me of that guy on the paper towels, you know?
Oh. Hot paper towel guy.
Brownie.
Brawny.
Brownie, sorry.
Yeah. Brownie's a different paper
Brownie,
towel.
That's the Latino version.
Yeah.
That's what we use in my household. Sorry.
So Brawny Man came by to save the day at the pumpkin patch.
Okay.
Yeah, we were one of the last people there, and it was just, we were way out, like towards the end of it, and it was a long walk back to the farm where you have to like check out. And of course, my nephew had to pick the absolute biggest pumpkin there was, and I could not carry it. I could barely lift it.
Oh, that big.
And Carl was nice enough to help out with that.
I bet he was.
And use his brawny muscles.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was so sweet, and he brought it all the way back to the farm. And
Oh, that is nice.
yeah, I mean, we got a little flirty with each other on the way back when he was carrying the pumpkins. And I don't know, I kind of felt like there was a connection there, and I kind of regret like losing him in the shuffle before I checked out with someone else. And I don't know, I feel like there was good conversation. We definitely had chemistry, and it's just, I don't know, I'm still thinking about him.
Wait, how did you get his phone number?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have his number, but I do have the number of the farm, the pumpkin patch.
What?
Oh.
You just want us to call the pumpkin patch and ask for a hot guy in plaid?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
Do you know?
That's different.
Did you tell him your name? Like, how would he remember you?
He knows that my name is Melissa.
But is there anything else? I mean, this guy sees thousands of kids probably every
You
day.
can't be like, you helped us with the pumpkin.
Remember,
yeah.
remember with the obnoxious 4-year-old nephew who like was not satisfied with anything?
Yeah, the nephew show is not satisfied with anything, and I am a redhead, so maybe I stand out a little.
Okay, redhead,
That'll
that's more
do it,
rare.
yeah.
This is so awkward.
Why?
So
No,
we're
it's
just going to
not.
call the pumpkin patch and say what? Hey, it's Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning. We're looking for Carl. Hey, Carl, you want to go out on a date? Is that
Yeah.
what we're doing?
Yep.
Well, something like that, I guess.
Okay, well, I hope he's at work.
Why?
I don't know. Like, we don't know if he's single. We don't know if he's not single. I mean, I guess take a chance.
That's what makes
Find
it fun.
out, exactly. Hey, hot Carl.
That sounds like something you shouldn't Google. I don't know why.
That sounds like a drink I don't want.
Oh, I thought it was a sandwich. No?
I don't know. Sounds dirty.
All right. Well, I want to call one.
I'm gonna call a hot
Yeah.
Go find us a heart Carl.
Let's find us a hot car. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call the pumpkin patch and ask to see if Carl's there.
Hot Carl's working.
All right?
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we're on the phone with Melissa, who met a guy at the pumpkin patch recently.
Yeah.
His name is Carl. He, in her words, looks like the guy from the Brawny Paper Towels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just manly farmer type.
Hot lumberjack.
He helped her choose out a pumpkin and carry it back to the front desk to check it out. But after that, she kind of lost him, never got his phone number.
Yeah.
So what she wants us to do is to call the pumpkin patch and ask if we could talk to Carl, who works there. It's very romantic.
It is. I like it.
Are you sure about this, Melissa?
Oh, I'm 100% sure. Yeah, I feel like he definitely thinks we have a connection as well. So,
I mean,
Feel it.
but why aren't you calling? Like, why do you need us to do it?
well, honestly, I really love your show, and this is one of my favorite segments. So, I don't know. I thought it was a good reason to call you guys. And
I'm glad. I like it. We've never done something like this.
All right.
and then you guys, if it works out, then we have you to thank for helping us.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I want to talk to Carl. He sounds like a hunk.
He does sound like a
I
hunk.
bet he has like this deep, husky voice.
I do want to hear his voice.
Okay, let's get him on the phone.
Oh my God! I hope he remembers the redhead with the 4-year-old nephew.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be insulted if he doesn't remember you, okay, Melissa?
Uh-huh.
I'm serious.
I think he'll remember me.
Okay, all right.
He meets a lot of people if he works at a pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
If for some reason he's like not into me, or maybe he's seeing someone or married, I don't know, but I can hang up and you guys could just keep talking to him.
Oh, don't ditch
I
us.
see why you're using us. Okay, I get it. You're hiding behind us.
No. You don't give up, okay? Even if he is married.
Yeah.
Just a roadblock.
Hot Carl is yours.
Hot Carl's only come around once in a lifetime. You can't let that go.
Which I'm sure his wife or husband says too.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to dial the phone number. You ready to do this, Melissa?
Yes, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Thanks for calling Farm. This is Daniel.
Hi, Daniel. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Oh, can I help you?
Yeah, we kind of have a weird request. We're doing something called a second date update that we do on our show. Have you ever heard of that before?
Yeah, it's familiar-ish, but what is this regarding? How can we help you?
One of our listeners met someone at the pumpkin patch, and they're trying to get in touch with them.
Right, well, we have a lot of people that come here. I don't keep track of people's names or anything like that, so I don't know if I can help you.
We think they work there, though, like an employee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's his or her? It's a him, right? His name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Our listener who's trying to get in touch with him, she describes him as kind of a brawny man.
You know the guy
Type.
from the paper towels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay, but did she give you a name of some kind? We have a lot of people who...
If you have a lot of those guys working at that pumpkin patch, maybe I need to go.
Yeah, you do, Jeff.
Just check it out. But,
Feel the
I'm actually
huggies.
pretty busy, so if like
Oh,
you can...
sorry.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
sorry.
Okay, so-
Sorry, get to the point.
all right. Well, the guy's name is Carl.
Carl?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Hunky Carl.
Would it be possible, like I know this is a lot to ask, but would it be possible to put him on the phone so we could speak with him?
Okay, look, I know this is a radio station. I don't know if this is a joke of some kind. I don't think this is funny at all.
We're not joking.
What?
What do you mean?
No, we're looking for Carl. What are you talking about joking?
I'm not trying to waste your time or anything.
Our listener
I
just
hear
said
you
she
guys-
had.
I hear you guys in the background kind of like seemingly laughing.
We're happy people, bro.
Yeah.
It's a comedy show.
No,
on.
we're just immature. We're really immature.
Yeah,
but
I
like
promise,
this
we're
is
idiots.
it's a serious call. We really aren't just trying to help out one of our listeners
Mm-hmm.
who had a romantic connection with a guy named Carl at your pumpkin patch.
This isn't funny. I don't want to be on a radio for a joke, okay?
It's not a joke.
Yeah, we're
It's
not
really not a joke. It was a listener. Her name's Melissa. Carl helped her.
She has red hair. She was with her little nephew.
She just said that they had a good connection, and she regretted not getting his phone number. So, I mean, we would have called him directly, but she didn't get his phone number.
Yeah.
Okay, so this man Carl that you're speaking of,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so he used to work here on our farm. He passed away 3 years ago.
What?
So
Wait.
it's just not amusing if this is a prank call. I'm just being honest with you.
I'm really
Wait,
sorry.
hold on,
I didn't know that.
Hold on. He passed away?
Yes.
We're really sorry. We didn't mean to bring up anything. She said his name was Carl.
Multiple times. I don't think we got the name wrong, did we?
Maybe she was thinking of a different person, forgot the name, but the only person by that name is deceased.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm really confused now.
I
I'm
feel
freaked out, actually.
I feel terrible. I'm really. This isn't a joke.
Yeah, actually, can we just bring Melissa on now? Melissa, are you there?
Hey.
Hey, so I'm sorry, I missed your name, Mr. Pumpkin Patch employee.
My name is Daniel.
Okay, Daniel. So,
Hot Daniel.
yeah, well, this is our listener, Melissa. She's the one that's trying to get in touch with Carl.
Hi, Daniel.
Melissa, maybe can you tell him a little bit more about what happened?
Because maybe it's somebody else that you just got the name wrong somehow, Melissa.
Like I said, he kind of looks like the brawny guy. He was wearing a flannel shirt. He has like a beard, like brown hair.
Where did it happen on the pumpkin patch?
Towards the back of the pumpkin patch. I mean, it was kind of getting late. It was the end of the night, and it was like just me and him. You're telling me that he's not here, like he's not alive?
Oh my God.
This is a little strange for me, but someone last year said that almost the same time said that they also met Carl.
Whoa! Okay, now I'm freaked
Dude.
out.
Now I'm literally like shaking. I don't know.
Dude, my hair stood up when he said that.
Yeah.
Like this man who used to work at the pumpkin patch's spirit is still there? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that who you met is not named Carl, but our Carl passed away 3 years ago.
Well, he said he worked at the farm and he held the pumpkin. He carried my pumpkin all the way back to the checkout.
Whoa.
Okay, guys, I'm just going to stop this now. Like, I don't know what else I can do to help you, Melissa. I really have to get back to work.
Okay,
so
wait. Hold on,
Whoa.
Daniel, before you go, is it okay if I ask, how did Carl pass?
No, it's respectful for me to go into the details.
Sure.
Okay.
So,
No, it's okay.
it's nobody's business. I apologize for that.
I
I'm
didn't-
not
No,
going to go
you're
into
okay.
it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry.
Totally respect that.
Jeffrey's rude. It's fine.
No,
It was
okay.
an accident that happened a long time ago, and we're all just trying to forget this. We're all family here, and we miss him. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Well, hey, I really appreciate your time today,
Yeah,
Daniel.
man,
Like, I didn't mean to make this a weird day for you.
Melissa, if you want to come back and we can talk, I can't help you over the phone, but otherwise, I really have to go.
Okay.
If I was you, I would
Okay.
never go back to that pumpkin
Okay.
patch,
All right.
ever.
Daniel, thank you.
Okay. Looks like he hung up.
Okay. Wow. I don't I'm like in shock right now.
Yeah, what just happened?
So I didn't believe it until he said that the same thing happened last year at the same time.
Yeah, that was freaky.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so creeped out. Like, I don't even know what to think. It's just so freaky. Like, did I just see a ghost for real?
No, I think you just hit on a ghost for real, Melissa, is what happened.
No, he hit on me. Like, he, made the first initial conversation. He started the conversation. He hit on me. Like, I'm literally, like, shaking right now. I don't...
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Well,
I think
another
it's
guy ghosts you, huh?
I
Yeah.
think it's actually amazing. Like, how cool is that? Like, ghosts get such a bad rep, right? They always think that they're like ugly and kind of dead looking. This guy's hot, wandering around a pumpkin patch waiting for singles. I say that is a good way to spend the afterlife.
I know.
I'm just saying.
She got the Patrick Swayze ghost.
For real.
It's like Hot Casper.
Yeah. Well, this is
It's amazing.
Yeah, okay, Brooke, can you just calm down?
I think it's
You're having like
crazy.
ghost fantasies now. I'm afraid for when you go home later, you're going to throw a sheet over your husband.
I just think it's pretty cool how, I don't know, that people can experience these type of things.
Yeah, you got to go back and find him again.
You guys are crazy.
No,
This is scary.
Yeah, it's freaking me out.
Okay,
but
fine.
Look, I mean, this is
I think there's magic in it.
this is a second date update, Melissa. So I do have to ask, would you like to
gosh.
go out on another date with the spirit of Carl?
The spirit of Hot Carl.
No, I am, like, literally petrified.
We'll pay for it. I don't know if ghosts accept real money.
God, no.
If they can carry pumpkins, I'm sure they can put cash in their pocket.
Moving 92.5.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
For today's second date update, a listener named Kelsey is on the phone, and she thinks she's not getting a call back because she describes herself as boring on the first date. So let's find out. I'm a good judge of boring. What's up, Kelsey? How are you?
Hey, good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, bored. Bored. Already, Kelsey.
She said, hey. Oh, my God. Poor Kelsey.
Oh, my God.
Yep, snooze fest, Kelsey.
Yeah.
Jeez. No wonder you're not getting a call back.
I know, right?
Are you always boring on first dates, or was this an exception?
No, this was just like kind of a chill first date. So it wasn't, we didn't do anything epic. We actually met this guy online, and I kind of thought he was different than the other guys that I've seen like on Tinder and all of those apps.
What's his name, first of all?
His name is Thomas.
Thomas, all right.
What made him stand out? You said he was different than the others.
Well, a lot of the other guys, they're trying really hard just to impress you on these apps like all the time.
Right.
So he didn't seem like he was doing that at all.
Okay, so he seemed like he didn't care.
Not like he didn't care, just that he was like down to earth.
Okay,
That actually seems like it would be refreshing, instead of somebody who's on 24/7 just trying to impress you the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was it like when you guys met in real life?
It was awesome. We just like kind of went for a little walk and got to know each other. Like grabbed some ice cream and then kept hanging out for a little while, and we decided like we'd stop by the grocery store just to pick some stuff up. So he like helped me bring my stuff back.
Yeah, Kelsey, I'm going to go ahead and say that's a pretty boring date. That's all you guys did.
Well, I mean, it was like a stop on the way. We didn't plan to go to the grocery store. It just kind of happened.
I think that's kind of cute because doesn't it mean that you guys extended your time together longer than you had expected?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. Like, he was totally making me laugh in the store, and I just feel like I was smiling the whole time. Like, I had such a good time.
Oh.
But then, like, afterward, I thought, like, it's early. Maybe I asked him if he wanted to go see a movie with me, keep the night going, and I was, like, super shocked by his answer. He would just said no.
Oh.
Just like that, just straight no?
Wow.
Yeah, he was like, no, I have to go home.
Wow, that's harsh, man. Yeah, I mean, what did you say back?
Well, I kind of just like stood there, and I'm really awkward too, so I was like maybe gonna go in for like a little bit of a hug, but he just left.
Whoa,
wow. I feel like you weren't boring on the date. I feel like you must have done something to make him angry. I mean,
not into you.
Yeah, you're trying to hang out with the dude even longer than what you normally were. You invite him to a movie, and he's just like no, and then splits. Like, I feel like you made him angry.
I don't know what I did.
Wait, I mean, he seemed fine up until what point? Did you notice a change at any certain point?
Well, like towards the end, I kind of felt like he was getting a little bored, so that's why I wanted to switch it up and maybe go to the movies. And then I guess it was too late for that.
Yeah, I mean,
You didn't make him buy your groceries or something, did you?
No.
Okay. It's not that out there of a question.
Yeah,
We've
that
had
is-
people who have done things like
Yeah.
that. I'm just making sure.
maybe he's simply a guy who doesn't want to move too fast. They do exist.
Or maybe he just didn't feel the chemistry.
Maybe he hates movies.
There's a lot of possibilities,
There
is what
you
we're
go.
saying.
Yeah, I'd like to figure it out.
I mean, I'm sure you've gone through everything in your mind. Do you have any idea what it could be?
The only thing is that I think I might have like bored him a little bit.
Oh, too
right.
boring.
But like, I swear I'm fun. Like, I am a fun person. I have a lot of fun with my friends, and like that was just not an accurate representation of like who I am and like what I do all the time.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't take guys to grocery stores.
So if that is his reason that you're a little too boring, you want to try to convince him that you're not boring and get another date with him.
Yeah, definitely. And then do something like super fun, like roller coasters, or I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go skydiving or something.
Or IKEA.
Yeah, well, Jubal, don't get crazy.
I know. I'm a little wild like that, though.
Yeah.
All right, Kelsey. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hang on one second.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hopefully the second part of this second date update isn't going to be as boring as the first part. If you missed it, Kelsey is on the phone. Pretty boring name.
Poor thing.
And she wants to call a dude named Thomas. Even more boring of a name. And I guess her first date with Thomas was pretty boring. That's the way she described it. And that's why she thinks she's not getting a call back. They just kind of went for a walk, and then they had to stop by the grocery store for a second. And then she asked if he wanted to go to a movie with her, and he just straight up said no, and then went home. So Kelsey is assuming that she was a little too boring for Thomas, and we're going to get him on the phone and find out if that is, in fact, the reason. Kelsey, are you still awake, or are you bored? Okay.
Still here.
You know, Kelsey, we never asked you. I mean, have you tried to get a hold of him?
Yeah, I texted a couple of times, and I don't want to seem like needy, so I just kind of stopped.
And he hasn't responded at all.
Not at all.
Okay.
Oh, man, rude.
Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can figure it out for you, Kelsey. Here we go, okay?
All right, thanks.
Hello?
Yeah, can I speak to Thomas, please?
This is him. Who's this?
Thomas, what's up, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Who's that?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
You ever listened to us before?
Nah, I don't do mornings really.
I don't blame you. I am so jealous of that. You
Man.
are a good person.
Yeah, seriously, you got to figure it out. I'm so tired of
Yeah.
waking up this early. Well,
Did I win something? What's going on?
No, you didn't. We do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out what happened. So somebody emailed us about you.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of work.
It is a lot to get a hold of somebody, but it's usually because they really liked the person.
Any idea who would have emailed us?
I don't know, dude.
Are you awake right now, Thomas?
I mean, I don't want to be, but I am now.
Okay, sorry,
I feel you, man. I'm right there with you.
Is this gonna take? How long is this gonna take?
It shouldn't take more than a few minutes, in case you're busy or whatever. But
I just want to go back to sleep. But okay.
well, do you remember going out with a girl named Kelsey?
Probably.
Probably?
Oh my God.
Do you remember her or no?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
What's up?
Well, Kelsey emailed us because she told us about your date. And she said that you guys went for a walk, stopped by the grocery store, and she invited you to the movies. And that's when you...
Oh, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot.
It was a lot?
It was a lot?
What was a lot about it? The walk or the grocery store?
All of it. It was... Anyway, so what do you need?
Oh, my God. Thomas, you just
Kelsey,
did a...
Kelsey wants to know why you're not calling her back.
Oh, gosh.
Thomas!
Can you tell us why?
I guess. It was just she wanted to do so much stuff.
What do you mean? She thought she was too boring for you. She thought that a walk in a grocery store was lame and that you were looking for more excitement. And that's why.
Who walks? That's why they invented cars and Uber. Why do we have to walk? It was so much.
Okay, so it's not that you were bored on the date. You just didn't want to walk. Pretty much.
No, it was. I didn't want to do. And then after the walking, it goes to the random restaurant, and then the grocery store, and then I had to carry her groceries, and then I had to help her put the groceries up, and then after all of that, on top of that, she was like, "Oh yeah, let's go see a movie." I'm like, "Oh my God, I just did more work than I've done all week." I don't want to do any more things. And it was so late, dude. It was 8 o'clock or something. It was so late. I don't like it.
Wait, Thomas, I mean, you're concentrating a lot on the things that you did on the date, but what about her? Did you enjoy hanging out with her? She said she was laughing a ton.
Smiling a lot. I mean, she was cool. It was just, she does too much, man. I'm not an outdoorsy dude who likes to do all this. I feel like she would go hiking, and that sounds terrible.
Okay. So if I'm reading this correctly, you just feel like she likes to do way too much.
I mean, I'm sure she'll find someone who likes to do stuff with her, and that's awesome. But I just don't. If I didn't have to leave the house, I would not leave the house.
Why are you even dating then, Thomas? Dating requires you to do stuff.
It doesn't though. Dating, you drive to a place, you eat dinner at a place, and then that's it. And then maybe you go back and you watch Netflix or Hulu or something. It's not. I don't know. She wanted to do so many things, and I'm not that kind of dude.
I'm not that kind of dude. All right. Well, at least you know what you want, Thomas.
Oh, you should have told her that though, Thomas. She did not.
Yeah, but then I'd have to meet up again. We'd probably have to go on another walk to explain why I don't like going on walks.
Yeah, a lot of effort. Well,
wow,
Thomas, I know that this is probably going to be hard for you to deal with, but Kelsey is on the other line and wants to talk to you for a minute.
Oh my God, you guys are the worst.
Kelsey, are you still there?
Yeah, hey.
Hey, what's up?
I can't believe this is a complete opposite what I thought was going on. I thought you didn't like me because I was boring, but you don't want to do anything? Like, the whole point of going out with someone is to get to know them while doing an activity.
Yeah, but you wanted to do so many activities. If we just did 2 activities, that's it for the day.
For the day.
You get a morning activity, you get a night activity, and that's it. But you wanted...
What are your activities? Just Netflix?
I mean, that and a good bowl of soup.
Oh, my God. Thomas, all it was one walk to the place that we were going to. That was it. Just one. It was not that extreme.
Yeah, but why would you want to walk? Are we cavemen? All you have to do is call an Uber. We could have saved so much time. And then my leg was tired. I was out of breath. My body's not used to this type of activity.
What? Your body isn't used to going on a short walk to a restaurant?
Not anymore. We're past that.
Thomas, just even a little bit of exercise would make you feel better. It'd give you more energy. It may.
I don't think it did any of that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And the thing is, I'm happy with my life. I'm doing fine. I don't know why you're trying to change me into some LA fitness jogging jock dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, man, if you're happy doing you, then just keep doing that. But I think, it doesn't sound like Kelsey's that demanding, really.
And it sounds like you guys had a nice connection and that you could be missing out on something possibly pretty special.
I don't know. I just want someone more my speed. I feel like she's too extra. She's always this, bam, bam, bam. I just want one bam.
I do normal things that normal people do that walk places and who literally use their body. It's not that difficult.
I use my body to press the Uber button. That's enough.
Oh my God. Thomas, you sound like a human sloth is what you sound like.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, well,
Sloths are adorable.
Sloths are pretty cute. I'll give you that much. Thomas, would you like to go out on a second date with Kelsey? We'll pay for it. I mean, you don't even have to leave the house. I'll just send you a gift card to Netflix or something.
Get food delivery for you, Thomas?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like she'll trick me into doing something outside.
Trick me?
I don't know, dude. I'm kind of cool.
Hold on. This is ridiculous. I'm not forcing you to do anything. We took a short walk, and I asked if you wanted to go to the movies. You're so
I know,
lazy.
but now you called the radio on me. I feel like you go a lot of steps to it, and that's cool. But I only one step.
Honestly, Thomas, I thought I was being the boring one, and that's why you weren't calling me back, but you're the boring one. I definitely don't want to be with someone who's that lazy.
Oh.
Thank God.
The biggest relief Thomas has had all day.
He's like, can
All
I
right.
now get off the phone? That's what you've been wanting this whole time.
Kelsey, I'm
Can I go
sorry.
back to sleep now, or?
Yeah, 1 second. We'll let you go there. I just want to say thank you for your time, Thomas. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, radio guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sorry to make you work so much this morning. Go back to sleep.
All right.
Kelsey, well, you got your answer.
Yeah, I guess so.
That was crazy.
And I know personally, I am exhausted after all that, man.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
The text in at 78592 says, Thomas and I sound like soulmates.
I know.
Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Kelsey wanted to call this dude named Thomas. They went on a date. It didn't actually last very long. They just went on a short walk together and then stopped by the grocery store. Afterward, Kelsey asked Thomas if he wanted to go see a movie with her, and he just said no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she thought that maybe he wasn't calling her back and wasn't interested because she was being too boring on the date. So we got Thomas on the phone, and he told us he didn't think Kelsey was boring. In fact, he thought the opposite. She was way too active for his lifestyle. He doesn't like doing anything.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people hit it, nail on the head here, texted in pretty sure his mom still must do his laundry for him.
Yeah.
And someone else brought up a good point. Imagine this guy in bed.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Probably doesn't even want to do it.
No.
Yeah, the kinky is just rolling over to him.
Yeah.
He said he didn't like the fact that they had to walk to the store and he wasn't used to doing that much activity. He said he wants a girl that's more his speed, and said that she was just a little too extra for him because the walking, mostly. He's a very lazy dude, but at least he's comfortable in his laziness.
Yeah.
No second date because Thomas thought she would trick him into doing more things if he said yes.
Yeah, like go hiking.
Well,
and
see,
that sounded like the worst thing ever.
That is the worst thing.
No.
I mean, I can relate. I think a lot of people can relate to this guy.
Oh my God, Thomas should be dating a sloth. Is what Thomas should be dating.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, hopefully he finds that. If not, I think he'll be fine just by himself sitting on the couch.
Totally fine.
It's true.
Moving 92.5.
It's
Today's second date brings up a very important question. What is the timeline on how soon you can joke about somebody's dead grandparent? I think we got to figure it out. I think we should do it by maybe the age that they were when they died. Like if they were 80, got to wait 80 days before you make a joke.
It's not actually a bad rule of thumb.
Yeah, or maybe just don't joke around people's dead ancestors.
But I also
Well,
feel
how
like
do you not, Jose? You have to at least throw a joke or two in there. You just got to make sure the timing is right. And Kurt, who's on the phone for a second date update right now, his timing was definitely not right. He went out with a girl named Angie. They went out to dinner. She was kind of a little down the whole time. And then she shared with him that she was feeling down because her grandmother had passed away recently. And then Kurt decided to make her feel better with a joke saying, hey, my grandpa passed away recently. We should totally hook our grandparents up. Now they're single. And she didn't find it very funny. And then the date ended very shortly after that. So we're about to give her a call. And Kurt, one thing we should do in this phone call is find out how old her grandma was, so we know when the appropriate time to make that joke is.
Oh.
Don't you think?
That sounds good.
No,
Okay.
you guys, stop bringing up the dead grandma. I mean, I think that this is your chance to like apologize and maybe say what you should have said when she said that. You've had time to think about it. Do you know what your appropriate response would have been after she said her grandma kicked the bucket?
I would have just said, I'm really sorry to hear that. You know, if there's anything I could do, let me know, and then maybe change the subject.
See,
That's
perfect.
so good. God, hindsight is 20/20, isn't it?
It's a much better option. All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure out why she's not calling you back, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Angie?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, what's up, Angie? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Not bad. It sounds like you might be familiar with the show.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it before.
Cool.
Thank you.
Nice. You ever heard of Second Date before?
Yes, I have.
Okay, wonderful. Then
This is
you
gonna
might
go.
be excited to know that's why we're calling today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
That wasn't a very excited.
Okay, what's going on?
Have you been out on a lot of dates recently?
Not a lot.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Have you been out on a date with a dude named Kurt?
Yes, I did go out with him.
Cool. Any guess on who might be calling for a second date?
You just said it.
I kind of told her.
Well, I guess it's him, but that's kind of weird.
Why is
It's-
it weird?
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in going out with him.
Yeah, I mean, he got that because you haven't called him back. Remember, the point of the
Well-
second date is find out why.
Yeah, but I guess he really didn't get it because he actually called you guys, which is weird.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you're saying that
yeah.
it should be obvious why you're not
Yeah.
calling him back.
Yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
guess it's not though.
Really?
Is it the joke about your grandmother?
Oh, he actually told you that? Yeah, that was really I didn't appreciate that at all, but that's not the whole reason.
Yeah, he did tell us about that. He told us that he feels bad actually about making a poorly timed joke when you shared that your grandmother had just passed away. So he does feel bad about that, but it's more to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that, like, the worst part was that he was going on and on about the fact that he's a male model. It was, like, very uncomfortable for me, and he kept, like, making all these faces, like, this is my relaxed face, and this is my seductive face, and
Oh
this
my
is my
God.
evening romantic face. Who does that?
Are you serious? He mentioned that it was weird you weren't calling him back because girls always call him back because he's a model.
Yeah.
Oh, please. So doesn't that give you an idea of, like, how gross he is?
Wait, when did he start doing faces at the table?
Like, really early on in the date. Like, he seemed like he was trying to impress me. You know, if there was a mirror behind me in the booth, I bet you he would have just been looking at his reflection the whole time. Yeah, this dude is like, here's me, here's the world, and here's all my faces. And I was like, oh, come on. Wow. I wasn't in a really good mood, you know. I mean, I just wanted to go out and have some fun. I'm sad about my grandma, and this guy is just, ew, he just made it worse.
I'm surprised he didn't take that opportunity to show you his sad look.
You know, he may have. He showed me a lot of looks, the whole gamut.
What did you say to him?
I mean, I didn't know what to say because, I mean, he just thought that he was so entertaining. And, I mean, I sort of tried to get the point across that I wasn't really into seeing all these faces, and I just kind of wanted some nice company, and, you know, but I guess he didn't get it.
Okay, so long before the dead grandma joke, you were over this guy.
Yeah, I mean, that sure didn't help matters, but it's not the kind of guy that I want to hang out with, no.
Well, Angie, thank you for being honest with us. Also, I want to let you know that I haven't been fully honest with you.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean that Kurt is actually on the other line listening to this and wants to talk to you.
Oh.
Hey, Angie.
Oh, my God, you're on the phone. Great.
Yes, I'm on the phone. And first of all, I know you're trying to bash male modeling, but it's, you know, really insensitive. And, you know, I was just trying to show you, you know, kind of like my talents and hoping that you would show me your talents, but you don't really have any. So.
Oh, damn.
Whoa! Somebody got their feelings hurt, Kurt.
I mean, maybe I don't care that much about your talents right now. I have other things going on in my life. I just wanted someone normal to hang out with, but that's not you.
Oh, wow.
I cannot believe you didn't come in with an apology, Kurt. Like, oh my God, I was nervous. I'm sorry.
See how he is?
I mean, why am I going to apologize if, like, everybody in the station, including yourself, is, like, making fun of what I do? Like, doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to apologize for anything.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I know that you think your modeling is really great, so why do you care what anyone thinks of it? And like I said, I have other things going on right now, so I'm not so interested in your bragging about your talents. I was just trying to have a good time.
Kurt, I don't think you get it. Like, nobody's making fun of your career. They're making fun of you being so self-absorbed.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, whatever, like, however you want to spin it, you know, that's, like, on you. But I was just trying to be outgoing, trying to show, like, a little bit more of my personality on the date, but it's being spun around. Like, I'm just sitting here with, like, some self-indulged guy on a date, and that's not who I am. That's not what I do. And
That's what it sounds like. I mean, how many faces did you show her?
for your information, I actually have 15 to 20 different faces that have all made me over $1,000.
Whoa, that's good. I wish I could get paid for my face, Kurt. I do think that's a talent, but maybe just not on a date. Maybe save that for when you're actually working and not across the table from someone at dinner.
Yeah, it's like Jubal going out on a date and doing all his phone tap voices. Like, no one wants that.
They don't?
They don't. They don't. I'm sorry.
For the future.
I think a lot of people give male models a bad rap, and just so you guys know, I mean, I know most of you are in the radio and, you know, whatever Angie does. Male modeling is very hard, and we grind every day to make our careers possible, okay? And you have to work on your diet. You have to work on your wardrobe. You have to keep up with what's going on, and obviously you need to practice your faces. I mean, as funny as this sounds, it's a very important part of what I do.
Makes sense.
Kurt, one very, very important thing that you just said, though, that I think probably makes it seem like you're a little self-involved is you said, I don't even know what Angie does. And you went on a date with her and you didn't take the time to figure out what her career is?
Yeah, Kurt, you never even asked me what I do.
Well, you're too sad looking to really even talk to you. Like, I was scared to ask you.
So it's her fault that you didn't take any interest in her?
Yeah, she was just way too sad and way too down. I just didn't know what to say to her. I just didn't feel like I could ask her anything.
Oh, my God.
So you thought you could cheer up with some of your faces. I get it, dude. Well, Angie, would you like to go out with Kurt on a second date? We will pay for it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to pause after absolutely. Damn.
And if you guys are wondering, I'm making this type of face. Disgusted. No way. Never again.
Dude, you nailed it.
I can't
Thanks
see it.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yo, stop making fun of my faces. They're real and they very much get me paid. Okay?
All right.
So,
Oh, my God, he's
Yeah,
miserable.
keep grinding, Kurt. Angie, thank you for talking to us. And,
You're welcome.
hopefully you can find a lady out there, Kurt, that will appreciate you for all your different looks.
that's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback.
No problem. I feel like I start a lot of second dates off this way, but when you're going to joke with a date, it's all about timing and appropriateness. For example, if you're out on a date and the girl's like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today, probably a bad time to go, well, I'm a gynecologist. I could help you out later after we eat.
Oh, my God, that's so gross, and it's been said before. Oh, no. That's the
Could be a
sad
good joke.
part.
I have no idea. But Kurt thinks that a bad joke might have ruined his chances at a second date with a girl named Angie. What's up, Kurt? How are you?
Hey, very good, guys. How are you?
God, was your joke as bad as the one Jubal just said?
Timing-wise, probably a little bit worse.
Oh, my God. What did you say?
We'll get to that in just a second. First, tell us about Angie. Where'd you meet her?
So we actually met on Bumble.
Okay.
Nice.
That means she chose you.
She did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like guys would go in with a lot more confidence knowing that they've been picked first, right?
Absolutely. That's way different than Tinder.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's probably contributed to the poor choice of joking. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got too comfortable too quick.
Too comfortable, too quick.
Before you tell us about the joke, tell us about the start of the evening with her. How was everything?
It was just kind of weird right off the bat, because online we were texting each other back and forth, just a lot of joking mostly. Then on like the day of the date, when I picked her up, she just kind of just didn't seem like she was in a good mood at first.
Okay, so you started off thinking like, ooh, maybe something else happened. She's not feeling this.
Yeah, like, obviously we had never been out or anything. I didn't really know her that well, so this may have just been how she acted all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I asked her a few times, like, if she was okay, and she just never seemed like she wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So what'd you guys do?
We went to dinner.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Did she open up more at dinner or still kind of the same?
She was still pretty much the same. Towards the end of dinner, though, was when she kind of, like, let me know what was going on.
What was going on?
So it was really sad. Like, her grandmother actually passed away, within a week of us going out, yeah.
Oh, that
So she's
sucks.
probably not getting a big settlement, so she was upset.
What? No, Jubal. Oh my God. She obviously really liked you if she thought like, man, I'd still want to go on this date.
Maybe this will cheer me up.
Exactly. Maybe this is the silver lining that I need this week.
Did she mention anything about the settlement?
No, Jubal.
Yeah, there was no talk of, like, any settlement or, like, a will or anything, thank God.
Yeah, I would hope not.
But that's a real bummer. How did you respond when she told you that?
Well, I mean, this is kind of where I think I messed up. So my grandfather had actually passed away a couple months before. And, I was kind of telling her, like, I totally understand. I was like, my grandfather actually passed away recently, and obviously it's, really tough. I was like, but maybe we could get my grandmother, who is still alive, to hang out with your grandfather, who's still alive.
So you took the opportunity to try to hook up your grandparents. And how did she take that?
Well, she didn't really say anything at first, and then, she kind of started to, like, look around, so I quickly let her know, like, hey, I'm just joking. I'm just, trying to make you feel a little bit better. And, yeah, that was pretty much
Yeah.
the end of the funness of the date.
Especially because, like, jokes are supposed to be funny, and that's not even really funny.
Yeah, I know. It was really bad timing on my part. And I wasn't thinking. I was just trying to make the situation a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I could see, like, if you apologize, that she should understand.
I don't know, Kurt. I thought it was hilarious. So.
Yeah.
So how did everything end then after that?
Well, pretty much it ended very shortly after that joke.
Whoa.
She was like, yeah, she just said she was kind of ready to go back to her house. And I took her back. I didn't try making any moves or
That's good.
I didn't try, obviously, kissing her or anything. I wanted to stay respectful, because I really did like her outside of that crappy joke that I made. She was really nice.
Have you talked to her at all since?
No, I haven't. She hasn't called me back.
Okay. I just feel like, people say awkward things in awkward moments on a date. I feel like what you said, though not funny, forgivable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I was trying to be lighthearted about it, but it obviously was maybe a little too soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Yeah, she hasn't called me back, and it's kind of like surprising too because usually girls call me back. Like I'm kind of like a part-time model, so even if girls don't like me, they generally will reach back out to hook up or
You're
something.
Because you're attractive.
You're hot, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
We know.
At the very least, we can get her on the phone and see if you can apologize for your joke and try to get a second date.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully she's down to go back out with me. Like I said, I really liked her, and I felt like we connected. I just, I made a joke.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and get your second date, all right?
All right, guys.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone to do a second date update today scored a date with probably one of the hardest people to get a date with.
Ooh.
Really?
One of the hardest professions. They're used to telling guys no all the time. And you always dream about getting a date with them, but it never works out.
Oh, I know what you're talking about
I'm
now.
not talking about your local state senator.
Oh, then
Those
we are
women
not on the same
are
page.
constantly turning dates down. The male senators, they're easy to get a date with. Like, they just send you random messages on Twitter all the time. You have to turn them down. But the female senators, really tough to get a date with. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a bartender.
Oh, yeah.
It is tough to score a date with a female bartender.
It sure is.
Because they're used to just drunk dudes hitting on him all night long, and somehow he did it. His name is Tom.
Wow.
He's on the phone right now. Tom, I bow down to you. Good job, sir.
Well, yeah, thank you.
Did you actually hit on her inside her own bar?
I did, but not probably in the way that you think. I wasn't gross about it. I didn't want to be gross about it.
Oh, because I thought for sure you just pulled down your pants and said, you want some of this.
That doesn't usually work for me.
No. I've gotten kicked out of a few bars doing that. So I'm glad you didn't go that route. So how did you do it? Because I'm sure there's a lot of guys wondering. I know I've tried to hit on a few bartenders and always gotten turned down.
Yeah, honestly, I had the fear in me that I was just going to get shot down. So, and I guess this is the embarrassing part. I was like, let's Google how you hit on a bartender. And there's a million articles.
Really? I don't know why that shocks me.
There's so many. And the thing is, it's sort of like pretty commonsensical, which is like, don't treat her like she's a bartender, just treat her like she's a human being. And how do you interact with human beings? You find commonality and you actually talk to them like a person.
Oh, so just like you're hitting on a regular person.
Yeah.
Weird.
Huh.
You just blew
Interesting.
Jubal's
And that sort of idea of I'm not hitting on you because you're hot. I'm hitting on you because I think you're interesting. We might have something in common.
Oh,
Right.
Well, again, now Jubal's out.
I'm so confused.
He's so out. This is never going to work for him.
What's her name, by the way?
Her name is Heather.
Heather, all right. And did you stay there until closing time? How did you,
I absolutely did. I stayed there as long as I could because I didn't want to be so what's up, when she's trying to do her job.
Right. So you wait till she's done and then she's walking out to her car and you're standing by her car.
No.
No, that doesn't quite. No.
I just don't know how you did it.
Yeah, I think you need to give up on guessing.
It was a slow night, which really helped And I was there with friends, so it wasn't like I was just there by myself.
Good.
And then finally, when it was like we were all leaving and they were starting to put the chairs up, I was like, look, I know you get hit on all the time, and I don't want to be a creep, and I want to keep coming into this bar, and I don't want it to be weird, but I'd love to go out sometime. I'd love to have a drink or have dinner or something. And is that something you'd be interested in? You just sort of like, like put all my cards on the table.
Man, my heart just melted. That's the nicest thing I've ever heard. No wonder she agreed to a date with you.
And she was like, yeah, sure thing.
Cool.
What did you guys do when you went out?
So we just went out to dinner and we chatted. Like it was really great. Actually, it was very easy. None of it felt like, what am I going to do or what am I going to talk about? It was all just very easy. And that felt great. That's usually not the case when it comes to going on a date. Usually I have to invent worlds of interesting things to talk about, and I feel like super, self-conscious. And I didn't feel any of that, so it was awesome.
How did you guys end things?
Well, we went back to her place and continued talking, had another drink, and did a little makeout on the couch, like a little, so that was awesome. And actually, her roommates came home, like, sort of in the middle of it. And that was super awkward.
And they're bartenders, too, and they all joined in.
This fantasy gets
Oh,
better
my
and better.
God. That would have been great. No, that didn't.
Damn.
But no, that didn't happen. So we just sort of stood up awkwardly. I mean, we were, like, there was no clothing off. Like, we weren't at that point.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was just sort of uncomfortable, but also kind of funny. But that was a pretty good segue to the end of the evening. She's like, hey, my roommates are home. Like, I should hang out. And I was like, yeah. But then as she walked me out, we kissed again. So I was like, okay. I felt like if we lost any momentum, we sort of got it back in that moment.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's great.
Right,
I mean, it sounds really sweet, to be honest with you.
It felt pretty great, to be honest with you.
So why do you think she's not calling back now?
I have no idea, and it's kind of making me crazy.
Are you showing up to the bar every day and just silently staring at her the whole time?
No, I haven't. I haven't been back to the bar just for other reasons, just because I've been too busy at work. But I also didn't want to show up and be like, hey.
Creepy.
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't want to mess up my relationship to that bar either. And so now I'm worried, I don't know how many things I've messed up or if I've messed up anything. She's a super cool person. Maybe she's just going out with somebody else.
Okay.
And it could be totally fine. It's the not knowing part. It's really hard.
How long has it been?
It's been a little bit over a week.
Okay.
Right. You sound so normal and nice and respectful.
Oh, thanks, guys.
I feel like there's something that we're not getting.
Wrong with it?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
That sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Tom is on the phone, and he wants to call a girl named Heather. Tom did something that men have been trying to do for a long time. It's an age-old tradition. You saunter into the bar after a long day at work, and you pull up your stool, and you take off your hat, and you say, howdy, miss. I'd like 2 fingers of Jack, please.
I feel like we're in a
Why,
saloon.
your gams are looking good today.
Oh, not the gams.
I'm tired. Sure could use a load off. My dogs are barking. Been plowing the fields since 6 o'clock this morning. Speaking of plowing fields, how about you and me go back to my place? Or we just stay here at the bar, either one.
Man,
And that's what happened.
Forward.
In other words, Tom went out on a date with a bartender. He got her number, they went out for dinner, and he says that they had a great time, even ended the night with a makeout session back at her place that was broken up at some point by her roommates coming back and ruining the whole thing. But she kissed him before he left, and then that's the last he heard from her. So we're about to call her right now and find out what went wrong. Tom, ready to go, Chief?
Oh, yeah. Ready to go.
Now, are you concerned that if she says something really awful that you'll never be able to frequent the bar again? Because you like that bar.
I mean, that is definitely a concern, but I'd like to think of her well-being higher than that, but it's definitely a concern.
Okay.
There are lots of other bars out there and lots of other bartenders.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.
I like your motivational speech, Jubal. That was good.
Hey, that's it. I'm not telling you you're going to get a second date. Just, hey, there's probably other places that you could go, so don't worry about it. All right, I'm going to call her right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is Heather there?
Yeah, this is her.
Hey, Heather, how are you? My name is Jubal. I host the morning show, Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How did you get my number?
A friend of mine gave it to me, actually.
A friend of yours?
A friend of mine. His name is Tom. And you guys recently went out on a date.
Tom gave you my number?
Yeah.
What the Why the hell would Tom give you my number?
Well, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So Tom emailed us and told us about your date. And then...
Oh, okay. He told you about our date.
Yes, he did. And then he also said that he's confused why you're not getting back to him because he'd like to see you again.
That's bullshit. I don't understand what the hell he's thinking.
I am confused by your reaction.
I think he didn't want to call you and ask because you've already proven that you don't want to talk to him because he's tried, I guess. Yeah. So he thought maybe we could get you on the phone and be successful.
Oh, he's... okay.
He sounded really nice.
He sounded nice? Yeah, I thought he was nice too until I found out who he really is. Whoa. He was acting like a f***ing ass. I mean, I don't know if he told you the whole story.
He said that you guys made out at the end of the night and you even kissed him again to tell him goodbye.
That was the biggest regret of my life. I swear to God, making out with that ass.
Wow, really? What did he do? Because he sounded nice and he didn't mention anything about being a jerk on your date. Yeah.
Well, obviously, he didn't give you the full story, but this is what actually happened. The night went great. As far as I knew, I was going to hang out with him probably the next day. But a couple days later, I went out with my friend back to that same restaurant that he took me to, which was amazing, by the way.
Wait, hold on. You went back to the same restaurant after going out on a date with Tom?
Right. Okay. So I went and we sat down. And this other random server came up to our table, and she looks at me and she goes, "Hey, would you mind having your brother give me a call sometime soon?"
Wait, what brother? Did you?
That's what I said. I don't have a brother. I don't know what she's talking about. I've never been to that restaurant before other than with Tom.
And Tom is not your brother.
Obviously, Tom is not my brother.
Right.
So was she talking about Tom?
I mean, I wasn't sure at the time what she was talking about, but she brings up seeing me a week and some days ago with some guy, my brother, I guess, and she talks about how she met Tom when he went out for a cigarette. Apparently there's a spot in the back where all of the servers take their smoke break, and he was out there having a cigarette, and they started talking. And she said that they had made out, and clearly they had some form of a connection because she was pretty upset that he hadn't contacted her about it, and he said none of this to me.
So wait, when did they make out, though? Like in the back alley while they're smoking, or later on?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I couldn't tell you when they made out, but obviously, I don't know this chick from a hole in the wall, and she claims that he was my brother, so clearly there must have been enough going on between them for her to assume that.
That is
I can understand why you think he's kind of a jerk then.
No, he's more than a jerk. He's a f***ing ass and a pig.
So
the only reason why I didn't sleep with him is because my roommates came home. I was going to call him later, and then I find out when I went to the restaurant again that he actually was cheating on me. Like, what the hell?
I mean,
well, I don't know if you can call it cheating because you guys aren't really together.
I mean, I get it. It's low.
Right. Cheating might not be the word, but it's the lowest f***ing blow, and it's a disgusting move, and I would never want to be with a person who claims that it's okay to be with more than one chick in one night.
Oh, man.
I like
Well,
you.
Heather, I mean, every side has two stories. Would you like to hear Tom's side of the story?
No, I actually don't want to hear his side of the story. I actually don't even have time to be talking to you guys right now, but thanks for giving me a ring. Why don't you tell him to never contact me?
Well, how about you tell him? Because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Are you f***ing kidding me right now?
No, I'm not.
So he's been on the line he's heard this entire thing?
Yeah, you can say hi to him if you want.
Let me talk to him.
Oh, shit.
Tom?
Listen, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you should be sorry. You're a f***ing pig. That's the grossest thing I have ever experienced. And thankfully, I'm all right, but you really need some f***ing help.
Oh.
Tom hung up.
He did?
Heather,
so he
Heather,
is
Tom,
guilty. I thought for sure.
He knew it was
Tom hung up the phone on us.
Yeah, he's a f***ing p***. Of course he hung up the phone on you.
Oh, my God.
I want to... Heather, I know you said you were busy, but can I try to call him back? I want to talk to him.
You can do whatever you want. I don't care.
I'll let you yell at him.
He's obviously guilty if he hung up.
If he wasn't so two-faced, right? So if he didn't paint such a picture of such a nice, I don't know what happened.
I'm going to try to call him back and see if he'll answer.
Oh, my God.
Hey, listen, man. I don't know what else I can say. I don't know what I can say.
Hey,
about
Tom,
this.
hang
This
on.
is all-
Tom, Heather's gone. We let her go. Okay, so she's not going to yell at you. All right?
Were you that scared of her?
It's not that I'm scared of her. It's that I just feel like a complete creepazoid. What do I say to her?
Is what she said true?
Yeah, it's true.
What, dude?
What the hell,
So what
Tom? Why would you call us and not know what was going on?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I went out for a cigarette break, and I don't know. I didn't think that date one was like we're exclusive. I don't know. It was stupid. It was really dumb.
And you told the waitress that she was your sister?
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
I just didn't. I mean, honestly, I didn't know she'd ever find out about it. It was dumb.
Man.
Like,
Tom, what about the makeout thing that she was talking about? Did you do that while you were out on the date?
Yeah.
did I make out with the girl while I was out on the date?
Yeah, like in the alley.
Yeah, I did. We actually did a little bit more than make out.
I'm right here, Tom. Are you kidding me right now? This is unbelievable.
Man, you guys said that she was not on the phone.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
God, we
I lied.
It's a lot of liars.
Heather, we weren't exclusive. I wasn't planning on it happening.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
I don't
sorry.
care. I don't care if we were exclusive or not, but it's called human decency to not sleep with two women within 2 hours from each other. That's all I'm saying.
And how the hell did you get that done in 5 minutes in an alleyway?
That's a long time. You're right. That's a long time.
I mean, just so everyone knows, we didn't go all the way. We just fooled around and some stuff happened.
Oh, yeah, no, they didn't have sex. Yeah, everyone standing ovation for the one who didn't have sex in the back alleyway of a restaurant. Like, really big of you, Tom. Like, really big of you.
I'm sorry. Heather, I'm really sorry. I had this night where I was on fire. I was in the zone. There was
You
something
were on fire? What the hell are you talking about? This isn't a basketball game where you're shooting 3-pointers or something. No, this is you on a date with me, and you it up. I don't care if you were in the zone. I don't care if you just slam dunked, but you need to respect me. You need to seriously see me as a person that's worth your time, and you didn't. You disgust me.
I gotta agree with her on this one. Like, Tom, how could you go sit back down at a table after making out with some random chick in an alleyway and then have the gall to go back to Heather's house?
Oh, man.
Look, I made a mistake, and I got caught up in the moment. It won't happen again. I don't think I'm going to be in this kind of situation again.
Yeah, you won't be in this kind of situation again because I'm never going to go on a date with you again. Do you understand that? Like, it's unbelievable that you even did that in the first place. You will not get another chance to do it again.
Listen, I hear you. I know what you're saying, Heather. You don't want to go out again. I want another chance to show you that I can do this, that I can be a
Do what? Do what? Don't the waitress on our next date? Is that your plan? Like,
You know what? It's baby steps, when dating. You got to start small and teach guys not to do that, Heather, would you be willing to go on a second date with Tom? We'll pay for it.
Would you please go out with me and let me prove that I can show you that I can...
You will not finish your sentence because I'm going to let you know exactly how I feel about you right now. You are a bag of You disgust me. I actually considered sleeping with women after you. You made me so disgusted with men. And you made me embarrassed to go out on a date with a person that I normally would never go on a date on. So grow a f***ing pair of balls and do not talk to me ever again.
Heather, does that mean that you won't date any of your customers anymore either?
Obviously, I've learned my lesson, and I'm never dating another customer ever again.
Great. Thanks a lot, Tom. You've ruined it for everybody. Damn it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A text in at 78592 says, I can see if it was a different night because they weren't exclusive, but during the date, with like tons of exclamation points and question marks, talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Tom wanted to call a girl named Heather. She wasn't calling him back after they went on a date. She was a bartender where he liked to go. He ended up asking her out, and they went out and had a decent date. But after the date, she wasn't calling him back. Why? Because she really liked the restaurant that he took her to. So she went back on another day with a friend of hers. And while she was there, the server came over and was like, hey, can you tell your brother to call me? Because he hasn't called me. She's like, what are you talking about? And she was like, oh, the guy you were in here with, your brother. She's like, well, it wasn't my brother. It was the guy I was dating. She's like, oh, well, because that day he said he was your brother. We went out back and messed around. while I was on a smoke break and he went out for a cigarette. So he actually hooked up with another girl during the date, during dinner.
Wow.
On the date. Some dudes out there are like, "We's my hero."
So gross, man.
That's a lot of work. That is way too much work.
He didn't pull it off. He got caught and called out on the radio. Didn't pull it off at all. Although it does sound like the waitress still wanted a night with him. So
I think he's good. I think he'll just move on to the waitress and be able to get it there. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Just if you hooked up with somebody else during your date, probably know you got caught, and don't bother sending us an email on that one.
Moving 92.5.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The laundromat is a great place to meet women. Great place. Yeah. You don't even really have to talk to them. You just walk up, start folding their underwear. And it's always a conversation starter. Even if they're not there, like say they left the laundromat for a second and you see their stuff's done, you just start folding their undies.
It's always good to probably sniff them, too. That's probably a nice move.
Well, you got to make sure they're clean, I guess. I'm assuming that's what Pete did to meet the girl that he met at a laundromat that's not calling him back. Pete, did you use the old I'm going to fold your undies trick or something different?
A little different. Haven't gotten to the underwear part yet.
Thank God, Pete. Yeah.
How did you meet this girl at the laundromat?
Well, I'm doing the thing, poured some detergent in the machine, and then I hear this woman's voice say, "You're using way too much detergent."
The disrespect. How upset were you when she said that to you?
Well, I said, yeah, no, I've been doing this a while, so I'm fine. I never have a problem with my laundry. Thank you. And then I turn around, and there she is, and she's really cute.
Okay. Because if she wasn't cute, you'd probably be like, "Get the hell away from me, lady. Tell me how to do my laundry." Yeah. You're like, "You're cute." You're like, "Oh, well, why don't you just instruct me slowly how to do it in a soft voice?"
Yeah, so I didn't mind it when she was giving me advice. And then it occurred to me that she was maybe, I don't know, initiating contact.
Not maybe. That is like a definite she's hitting on you, and she's looking for a way to get in on the conversation.
All right, well, I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree. So,
okay. So did you finally realize, oh, maybe she's flirting with me and I shouldn't be pissed at her for critiquing?
Yes, yeah. I told her that I'd start taking notes, and if she would continue, giving me a lesson, I was all ears.
That's a ballsy move on her part. I give her props. Was she the one that then asked you out on a date?
No. What happened was our laundry cycles were on the same, time frame. And I realized that, hey, rather than sit around here and watch the laundry dry, why don't we go down the street and grab a drink?
That's a good idea. Yeah. So you guys went down the street and grabbed a beer or something while you waited for your laundry to finish up.
Yeah. Had a couple beers each, and it was nice, It was easier to talk in a bar. It was like a more familiar environment for me. So,
did you guys seem to click, though?
Yeah, totally. We, hung out there. Then when we went back to the laundromat, we kept talking, and I thought it was going well.
Yeah.
I don't know. She did give me her number.
Okay.
But then, all right, so truth be told,
You stole her underwear. You stole her underwear.
Oh, no,
You start with truth be told and you're around her laundry. I know exactly what you're about to say.
No, I didn't make the underwear move then.
What'd you do?
Please tell me
so
at some
dumb?
point you got your hands on her underwear.
Get over the underwear, Jubal.
can't.
Like, I don't know why you're so hung up on women's panties.
Because what guy isn't?
Not all of us.
She did. I did see it.
Nice. All right. Sweet.
Oh, my God.
Well, anyway, what I was about to tell you was that, we'd had a couple beers, and I thought I'd be funny, and, who knew there was laundry humor? Actually, there probably isn't, but I started making jokes about big loads of laundry, and oversized machines for extra big loads. And
So you were making like dirty jokes based on laundry terms.
pretty much the only one I could think of was the big loads.
Why does that sounds
Big
even
loads?
worse? That sounds even more creepy than taking her underwear.
I know I shouldn't have done it, but I had a couple of beers in me, and I was a little tipsy, and I thought it would work.
I don't even really get the joke either.
Don't explain it, Jubal.
Yeah,
Don't
okay.
explain it.
Loads of laundry.
Yes.
Big loads.
I still don't get.
Oh, Brooke,
All
you're
right.
so blonde
Hey, text
sometimes.
in 78592 in graphic detail. If you understand what he's joking about, describe it for Brooke. Otherwise, we'll move on. So you were making those jokes.
Well, yeah, I made a few of the jokes, and then, she gives me this weird look, like, are you kidding me? And so I stopped, and...
But she still gave you her number post bad laundry joke.
Actually, let me see. I can't... It might have been before, like, when we were at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
So you just have her number. How many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your laundry date?
We've actually talked once over the phone.
Okay.
And that went pretty well. So then, like, a couple days later, I texted her, and she didn't reply.
Why would you have her on the phone and not make plans to see each other again? Like, what was the point of the phone call?
Well, we did try to make plans, but she wasn't sure what her schedule was coming up, so we decided to hold off and make plans a little later.
So what do you think the reason is that she's not calling you back?
Well, I'd like to say I had no idea, but it's probably the really crummy jokes I was trying out.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and find out why she's not getting back to you in your second date update, okay?
All right, sounds great, man.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Pete met a girl named Christy at a laundromat. They didn't really have a date scheduled, but they met there while their laundry was getting done and everything else. They went and had some beers. Pete thinks that she's not calling him back because when they got back to the laundromat, he was a little tipsy and was making jokes about, there's giant loads in there.
Which I cannot believe what that means. That is disgusting.
Yeah, we explained to Brooke what it means. And so he was making jokes like that, and he thinks that kind of turned her off, like maybe it was a bit much.
Yeah.
And I think your problem, Pete, isn't necessarily that you were joking about stuff like that, but you went with that instead of like jokes about things getting stiff with starch. You know?
Dude,
that's the comedy gold when it comes to laundromat jokes.
Could have gone that route, and I didn't.
Would have worked way better for you, man. Yeah, exactly.
Pete, I think that you could be the laundromat creeper and you're just not owning up to it at this point.
I was just tipsy. I'm not weird, really.
Yeah, right. Trust me, if you're making jokes like that at a laundromat to a girl you first met, you're creepy.
Thank you.
I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone and find out if that is the reason why, though. You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Christy, please?
This is Christy.
Hey, Christy. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Sorry about being so spirited in the, hey, Christy. I didn't mean to freak you out there. How are you doing?
No, who is this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, why are you calling me?
I'm calling you because you recently had an interaction with one of our listeners, and they emailed us to see if we get a hold of you.
Oh, my God.
And I say interaction because this is less of a date and just more of like you met a guy and he really likes you and is wondering why you're not calling him back. His name is Pete.
Oh, yeah.
You two bonded at a laundromat.
Yeah. He wanted you to call me?
Yes, he did. He says that since you guys met at the laundromat, you guys clicked and had a good time, and you've talked a little bit, but now you're not returning any of his phone calls or texts, and he would love to see you again. Is there any reason that you're not calling Pete back?
Oh, I don't think there's a connection.
That's a nice way to put it, you know?
Let me ask you a question then. So you don't think there was a connection. Was it the jokes that he was making after you guys got back from your little break to go get beers? Kind of off-color jokes.
I mean, it was definitely it didn't help him.
Yeah, no kidding.
I just got a weird vibe from him.
Did he come off as creepy? Because when I found out what those jokes were, I mean, a guy you just met, that is nasty.
Well, it's more that I don't know him. You know, I mean, like, everybody tells dirty jokes.
Right.
And it's like, especially when we start drinking. But then I went home and I did a search for him on my computer and everything changed.
Whoa.
Oh, no, he is creepy, isn't he?
What did you find online that made you change your mind? Now I'm really curious.
Nothing.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, he's a vapor. There is nothing about him. It's weird. You know, everybody has something about themselves.
Wait a minute.
online.
You're saying, like, I thought for sure you were going to say, oh, I found a record where he's not allowed 15 feet near schools or something. You're saying that you are upset that you couldn't find anything at all.
I'm saying it's weird to not have any presence on social media or anything.
Oh,
it's
so
weird.
So he didn't have a Facebook, a Twitter, Instagram, any of that?
None.
And that weirds you out.
I feel like I can't trust a person who has zero presence on the internet. And so I actually asked him, you know, like, do you have a Facebook? And he said he didn't. And that's when I'm done with him.
What?
Wow, that quick. So that's all it takes with you is to not have a Facebook, and you don't even have a chance, huh?
Somebody who is trying not to be found on the internet has something to hide, and I don't want to find out what they're hiding.
Yeah, I guess I understand. I meet people that are always like, I don't do Facebook. I don't, and I'm always like, what are you? A mass murderer? I can't trust you.
I think this would be like a godsend to find a guy that wasn't on social media at all. Like the two guys I know that have zero social media presence are both like construction worker guys who just aren't around computers very much.
Sketchy construction.
They're not sketchy.
Yep. They're burying bodies. They're burying bodies out there.
Even construction workers go home and get on Facebook and say,
They have
what's
better
up?
things to do with their time. They're not wasting all their time on social media and stalking people.
Like I said, burying bodies at the construction site. That's what they're doing.
See?
I'd like to find out what he's hiding. Aren't you a little curious?
No, I don't want to know at all. And I'm worried about it now that we've talked about it.
Do you really think like he's a killer or something? Like what do you think
He
could
might be.
All right, well,
I mean, he hangs out at laundromats.
that is true. He hangs out at laundromats, doesn't have a Facebook. The guy clearly cannot be trusted. I do appreciate you telling us why you won't call him back, but I do need to let you know that Pete is actually on the other line listening and would love to talk to you.
Seriously?
Yep. Say hi, Pete.
That's the reason you didn't call me back?
Look, I'm sorry you had to hear that, but it's obvious you're hiding something if you don't even have a Facebook or, I mean, I just am not interested.
If you want to get to know me, talk to me. That's how you get to know me.
Well, I mean, we did hang out, and what I found out about was how big a loads you think you have. So, I mean,
I just think that's
why don't you have a Facebook then?
I don't have one because I don't believe in
Because you're hiding something.
No, I just don't think my opinion matters that much in the greater scheme of things. So why should I, like, blab it about?
You don't think your opinion matters?
Well, I mean, you know, you look at most of the stuff on Facebook, and, you know, it's like people are posting things that really don't matter in the big scheme of things.
How do you know what people are putting on Facebook if you don't have one? You're probably one of those weirdos that has a fake account and just watches everybody.
Pete, are you one of those weirdos that just watches people on the internet?
No.
Are you hiding anything?
No.
Are you married or something, Pete? Or, you know...
No, I'm not married.
I don't know.
You're hearing from Pete right now. The reason he doesn't have a Facebook is he just doesn't like it.
It's the 21st century. If you don't have a presence online, you're hiding something, I'm done with this.
Did she hang up?
Yeah, she's gone. Hey, Pete, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just...
That was strange.
Yeah, she seems to have a little bit of a complex about people not on social media.
Yeah.
So you're not hiding anything?
No. I mean, I'm not telling everything either, you know.
You're not, what is that?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that, Pete? Now it does sound shady.
You know, everybody has secrets, right?
Yeah.
And that's part of that's part of being a human being, and not everything in my life is everybody's business.
Okay, why are you sounding creepy again,
He
man?
does sound like Sketchy Pete right
You
now.
do.
If I was dating Christy, I wouldn't be dating exclusively. Let's put it that way.
Okay. You're still like Pete. You're not helping your case at all. You trying to explain why you don't use Facebook is sounding creepier and creepier by the minute.
See, this is why social media is not good. If you post anything, the other women you're dating, get the wrong idea.
Yeah, get the idea that you're cheating on them.
So Christy was right.
What?
So Christy was right then, Pete.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with dating multiple people?
It's fine if you're honest with
yeah.
them, but it's like you're hiding it and then hoping that they don't meet the other person. Like,
No, if I was dating exclusively, I'd tell somebody that, but I don't. I don't date exclusively right now.
But Christy was right. You are hiding something.
No, I'm not hiding it.
Yes, you are. You just admitted to it.
Well, she didn't ask me.
All right.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, this girl is crazy. Sometimes people don't have Facebook because they choose not to be a part of the drama that it brings. Wow. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about the second date update. Pete wanted us to call this girl named Christy. He thought he wasn't getting a call back because of a very bad joke he made when they first met at a laundromat. It involved a joke about having big loads.
okay.
And he thought that's the reason she wasn't calling back, but that's not why she wasn't calling back. She wasn't calling back because she looked him up online, like most people do after they meet somebody, and found that he didn't have a Facebook. So she knew that something was wrong, and he was a serial killer or worse.
I feel like I went through so many emotions here because then I was like, well, you're crazy, lady. I mean, that's ridiculous. But then at the end, Pete was all weird and like acting like, well, I'm not telling everything and I wouldn't be dating exclusively.
Yeah, Pete didn't want to have a Facebook because he wants to date around and doesn't want people knowing that he's dating around, I guess.
Yeah.
So he still is hiding something by not having a Facebook. That's why I don't trust people who aren't on social media these days.
I agree with you, Jubal. I don't. You have to have at least one, at least Instagram or Twitter.
Even my grandparents are on social media.
Are they really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's where I draw the line.
That's impressive.
I know. They friend request me and I always deny it. Like, no. I'm not gonna be a friend.
I just want it to be Granny in a bikini on a beach taking selfies.
Yeah. So if grandparents are on Facebook and you're like young and not on there, then what is wrong with you?
Oh,
I'm
come
always
on.
like, you're hiding something. It's the same thing when I meet people who still have a flip phone.
Yeah, what are you
What
doing?
is your deal? All right.
You feel like it's some sort of like throwaway phone and they're making deals on the side. Yeah.
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week. Yes. Just a little ways away at 8:10.